Welcome back. Today we will be discussing maps. The first map that we are looking at is a 1562 attributed to Diego Gutierrez. Here we see a city called Chicana off of the side of the Gulf of California. In this particular map, we see the Colorado River heading north and then splitting off into two, one continuing north and another heading west. At this first divide, we come across a city called Tontonteac. We can see a chucho further down this river not too far from mountains. If you continue north from Tontonteac, the river divides again and we find Tiñas just beyond the divide. What is most interesting to me in this map is the Rio de San Paulo River, which has a handful of cities, Copina, Marata, and Graduada, which seem to get cut off. To me, this appears to the Santa Cruz River because it too flows into the Gulf. The second map we are looking at is Abraham Ortelius map of 1570. In this one, we see the Colorado again making a split where Tontonteac is. Again, the river flows to the west, and we see Chuchu seemingly further away from the mountains, and to the north, the river continues to a city named Axa. Abacus Nunc Granada is placed south of a river coming from the west, and then the elusive Chihuahua further down that river. Most notably, we see Tiguex on the west coast of California. I would also like to mention that Marata seems much further south than it was in the last map, but once again alongside of a river flowing into the Gulf. The third map is attributed to Sebastian Munster in 1614. There seems to be much less river heading to Tontonteac in this one. Churcho seems to be in a similar location along with Axa and Tiguex. Now, Granada, no longer Abacus, sits just south of the river heading west, and again with Marata south of Granada. Yet, no river seems to be anywhere near Marata. The fourth map is a map of California from 1660 by Johannes Vingboons. On this particular map, California is depicted as an island. The only city placed on this map within this region is named after Coronado. However, what is most interesting is that all of these maps depict the same waterways. The Coronado city seems to be in the same general location as Axa. The last map is attributed to Guillaume de L'isle from 1700. Here we have a much different look altogether. Even though the Colorado River still resembles its former self, it seems to be stretching more east than in previous maps. All the cities we once saw before are completely gone. We do see quite a few cities more east than we ever saw before. Tegnas happens to be north of Santa Fe. Obviously, something dramatic happened within this window of time, from 1540 to the 1700, and that could be the Pueblo Uprising, which occurred in 1680. But what happened to the cities which were once closer to the Gulf of California? Maybe that was the reason for the revolt. Maybe the people who lived in Santa Fe and Taos and the other New Mexican villages saw what had happened to the people of Tontonteac and Axa and knew what the Spanish were doing.